What a mighty God. What a mighty God. Heaven and earth shall pass away, but the word of the Lord shall remain forever. Would you raise your hands to God, who is your God, the God of the universe, the God of faith, the God of love, the God of hope, the God who sends forth his word and it heals, the God of Abraham, Isaac, and Jacob, the God of all who calls upon his name. May God grant you this day the power to overcome, to know whom you serve. May the blessings of the Lord abound more and more with you and upon you. In Jesus' holy and righteous name. May you be healed by his word. May you touch him and be made whole forever and ever. Amen.
In the book of Daniel, the 9th chapter, Daniel was a great prophet of the Lord. God chose him to be, and also visionary he was. The Bible says in the 9th chapter, the first verse, it was in the first year of Darius, the son of Ahasuerus, of the seed of Medes, which was made king over the realm of the Chaldeans. In the first year of his reign, I, Daniel, understood by books the number of the years whereof the word of the Lord came to Jeremiah the prophet, that he would accomplish 70 years in the desolation of Jerusalem. He said he understood by books the number of the years. Wherever the word of the Lord came, it came to Jeremiah the prophet. From one unto another, God gives understanding. He said, and I set my face unto the Lord to seek by prayer and supplication with fasting and sackcloth and ashes. He said he prayed unto the Lord, he said, my God, and made my confession. And he said, O Lord, the great and dreadful God, keeping the covenant and mercy to them that love him and to them that keep his commandment. It's time to pray. It's time to pray, people. God's going to give some great understanding in this time, which Daniel had it from Jeremiah by the books. And now we would understand Daniel by his writings. But there's one thing that we must do as Daniel did. Pray. Amen. Seek God's face. For we're living in one of the most turbulent times that it could ever be is right now. I've never in my life seen so many people. According to Jesus of Matthew, the 24th chapter, everything is coming around. It's coming around.
Yes, it is.
And people say, well, why you preach these kind of messages? Well, what else is it to preach?
Amen.
The end is just about here. And we look right around the corner. Prosperity, they preach much of. But that's not going to save souls. To talk about money all the time, to me, is a very deceitful spirit that they have going now to try to disrupt and change people's minds and hearts in another path, which the Master is telling us. Time is almost over. Time shall be no more. So what we have to do in this generation, and it's not like thrown off on any man who preach prosperity, but that's a word that follows the blessings of the Lord to whom keep his commandments. You cannot be changed, that word. He goes on in verse 5, please. We have sinned. Look what he's saying. This is back in Daniel's time. And he's trying to get us to understand this time. He said, we have sinned and have committed iniquity. See, the world cannot stand too much longer when these words is coming in manifestation to us. We've sinned, and it's the truth. We committed iniquity, it's true, and have done wickedly. Now, no one wants to preach these kind of messages because you lose people. But why try to gain when there's a loss anyhow? Amen. And done wickedly and have rebelled. That's the truth. Even by departing from that precepts and from that judgment. How many people raise their hand and say, it is the truth? Amen. It is the truth. Because the Bible do tell us they're going to leave. With faith. It's going. Neither have we hearkened unto the servants, the prophets. God has sent prophets all over the land. But who wants to hear what the prophet had to say? For when a prophet began to prophesy, he goes straight through, and it's a cutting word from the true prophets. Now, there are some that tell you how you will be blessed. Surely, just like from the church. But what about the other side? What about your soul? The blessings come more so for the body, for the healing, for all that there is. But what about your soul? The Bible said they haven't heard the prophets which spake in thy name to our kings and princes and our fathers, to the people of the land. He said, oh Lord, now this is a righteous prayer. That's why I say it's time to pray the righteous prayer. Oh Lord, righteousness belong unto thee, but unto us confusion of face. And it's the truth. There's no confusion here. People are so confused. As at this day, to the men of Judah and to the inhabitants of Jerusalem and to all Israel that are near and that are far off, through all the countries, whether they have driven them because of their what trespass, that they have trespassed against thee. How many people now are coming into a prayer like this? Praying from the depth of their souls about the land, about the people, about their countries. The time is time of Daniel. Oh, glory be to God. I feel that.
Hallelujah.
And anyone who knows thy word in thy scriptures, they would know Daniel would rise in the way of spirit. Glory be to this generation.
Yes.
He said, oh Lord, to us belonging confusion a face to our kings, princes, our fathers, because we have sinned against thee, almost repeating itself. To the Lord our God belong, look at here, mercies, forgiveness, though we have rebelled against him. Neither have we obeyed the voice of the Lord our God to walk in his laws, which he set before us by the servant of the prophets. Daniel, in the way of his prayer, is praying for people actually to return unto the Lord. How many are praying for people to return unto the Lord? Raise our hands and ask God. Let this prayer be upon our tongue. We see people today, they don't care about God no more. It's just a byword and a password. No one really wants to talk about Jesus because that name is sharp and it's quick and it's powerful. He said, yea, verse 11, yet all Israel, all Israel, look, all Israel. Somebody had to stand up. He said, all Israel has transgressed thy law, even by departing. Now, people are going to say, well, I haven't transgressed. I haven't done anything. I just want to serve God. But that's a transgression right there. If you don't want to serve it, that's a sin. People, look out and see what's happening in the world. When they don't want to serve God, don't pay them. Tell them. You're sinning when you don't serve God. Here's the word right here. All Israel, because the part that they may not obey the voice. Therefore, the curse. I didn't say that. It's written. Therefore, the curse is poured upon us, and the oath that is written in the law of Moses, the servant of God, because we have sinned against him. See, people can't see curses. I'm doing nothing to get cursed. You have departed from God. You don't want to serve him. And when you go to church, you don't want to serve him right. No, you come, you hear, and still won't obey. Amen. And those who walk in the door, but they who are out into the world, it's going to be a point of indignation. Look what's happened. So why are you preaching or teaching that kind of spirit? Because that's what's going on. People need to talk what's going on. Lead us not to temptation, but deliver us from evil. For thine is the kingdom. That's where the kingdom is. It's in the word of truth. Curses. 12. And he hath confirmed his word which he has spoke against us. He hath confirmed his word which he spoke against us. All right? And against our judges that judge us by bringing upon us great evil, for under the whole heaven have been done as it been done upon Jerusalem. When you see these things, Jesus said in Matthew 24, when you see these things, Jesus was the greatest prophet of all. Yet still people don't want to read 24th chapter of Matthew. They don't want to hear that prophecy. Because it's true, it's happening. Nations against nations. Kingdom against kingdom. There is hatred against hatred. That's what's going on. It's all under the cover, smiling and yet hating. The whole land is filled with God's indignation. His curses is upon those that does not want to serve him. People anymore are they're just now getting afraid. They're just now getting afraid. What's going to happen overnight? What's going to happen to me? Nobody knows. All you have to do is stay with the Lord. Don't depart from the covenant that he had made with the land and with you. If my people who are called by my name humble us, seek my face, if they would just pray, said, I heal the land. If my people, well, where are his people?
That's right.
You don't find but a few. God. 13, as it is written in the law of Moses, all this evil is come upon us. Yet made he not our prayer before the Lord our God, that we may turn from iniquity and understand thy truth. Therefore hath the Lord watched upon the evil. Because that the evil's move, he watching upon it. Not for good. He letting it go. Because the word has been spoken. So since people don't want to hear and obey God, he letting it even go on. See? If I be, you be for God. If you be for the Lord. You say, like John, so come, Lord Jesus. You have to be for the Lord to obey the Lord. Be happy for God. Understand God's word. Never frown when God's word come and meet you. When that word come and meet you, greet him. Regardless whether you like it or not. Greet him. Say, thank you, Lord. You may be telling me off, but that's all right. You may be slaying me, but still, Job said, it's all right. Don't be slaying me yet. Be happy whatever you do. Because God see the end coming, because he's bringing it on. And he's trying to get people ready for the end. But as the end comes, you'll find people going to depart from the faith. The closer he gets to the earth, people going to start scattering. Because he's already judgment must begin in the house of the Lord. And if it starts right here, where's the ungodly? Where are they going to appear? My God, who warns you? Somebody's got to warn God's people as well as the sinners. But nobody want to stand in a place like Daniel because there's two teachers. People are worried about folk. You don't worry about those that don't love the Lord. You don't worry about them. Pray and ask God to touch them just like she said. The Lord watched for thee and brought it upon us, for the Lord our God is righteous in all his works, which he does, for we obey not his voice. He's righteous regardless. Even though people don't want to obey his voice, he's still righteous. God's not going to change because we want him to change. He's not going to change for now one of us, no one on this earth. He has established his word in the heavens before it was here on earth. Yes. So it's time for everybody just know the truth and then you'll be set free.
That's right. That's right.
15, and now, O Lord our God, thou hast brought thy people forth out of the land of Egypt, which is by a mighty hand, and gotten them renowned. As at this day we have sinned, we have done wickedly. He keeps saying that. He keeps saying that. He keeps reminding us what we're doing. O Lord God, according to the righteousness, I beseech thee, let not thine anger, that fear be turned away from this city, Jerusalem, the whole amount because of our sins and our iniquities of our fathers. Somebody before you, our fathers have sinned. Jerusalem and their people are becoming a reproach to all that are about us. Now, therefore, O our God, hear the prayers of this servant. Somebody stand up. And his supplication, and cause thy face to shine upon us. Sanctuary. Let your face be shining upon the sanctuary. That is desolate, for the Lord's sake. Get close to end. Oh my God, incline thy ear and hear, open thy eyes, and behold our desolation, and the city which is called by thy name. For we do not present our supplication before thee for our righteousness, but for thy great mercy. Amen. You know, the God, I would say, of old, all had more respect than they do today, even though it may not have been much, but they did respect their God. And they did know their God. And they did praise their God. Glory be to God. He said, oh Lord, hear, oh Lord. Oh Lord, hear, oh Lord, forgive. Oh Lord, hearken and do, defer it not for thine own sake, oh my God, for that city, that people are called by thy name. It's time. It is time. Broken hearts, it is time. People who are evil, it is time. People who have left God, it is time. It is time for those that are on that deathbed. It is time. The signs comes first on the inside of our bodies. God is talking. When you don't hear the prophets anymore, when they don't hear the ministers anymore, when they don't hear God anymore, the signs, listen carefully. I'm teaching more than preaching. The signs come from within. When you don't hear God, when you turn your back on Him, the Lord waits and He waits. The sign gonna come on the inside of one's body. When we're disobedient to God and will not hear, He said the prophets are His servants. The prophet. Signs comes on the inside. And if you don't hear your heartbeat, sometimes it beats off. God is talking. He comes with signs and wonders. I can't see Him. I don't understand. Live long enough, you're going to find God's going to start talking to you, and nobody be able to help you but the one who's talking to you. The sound doctrine is this that I speak. Sound doctrine. You say, what is sound doctrine? Sound doctrine is the word of the Lord that's been in understanding, rightfully placed by God in righteousness. That's what sound doctrine is. Telling the truth in love. Allowing people to see what they are saying by signs and wonders that follows. Sound doctrine will be given to those that believe. Sound doctrine is a space between the righteous and the unrighteous. Sound doctrine proves itself.
That's right. Sound
doctrine comes from heaven. Sound doctrine comes from Jesus Christ of Nazareth. Sound doctrine is the doctrine that you get when you've been changed, been born again, washed in the blood of the Master, and cleansed from all sin. That's what sound doctrine will do for you when you give your life to sound doctrine. And sound doctrine is Christ.
Yes.
What is sound doctrine? Daniel prayed the prayer of faith. Now, you want to know prayer, pray faith? Turn to Daniel. He prayed for the land. He prayed for the people. He prayed for the country. He prayed for everybody to return to the Lord. They lost their faith along the way. But God would stand there. He said, God of mercy, righteousness belong to the Lord. See, we have no, in our face none but confusion here on this earth. People are so confused that they don't know where they're going. They didn't even know how they're going to get there. Confused because Satan had come down and deliver all of his messages. And his messages is being preached all over the earth. And causing more folks to hate one another than to love one another. That is why you have to be careful what spirit you're sitting under. If it's not sound doctrine, then you back up. The messages that's going all across the earth is by another spirit. For all men must preach alike, teach alike. And that's how by the Spirit of God. And if the Spirit of God be teaching and preaching, then you're going to feel it on the inside of you. And you're going to know that the Master has come to deliver the message and not an Antichrist. You got all kind of Antichrist messages. But there's only one doctrine. That's the doctrine of Jesus Christ. You have only one great prophet, and that's the prophet Jesus Christ. You have only one teacher, and he's the teacher of all men, and that's Christ our Lord. You don't have but one minister, and the minister is Jesus Christ. Jesus Christ, he used his prophet, he uses his minister, but the Antichrist come to divide people, but God said, I am that I am. I am that I am. I am the Almighty God. I will keep you perfect peace if your mind is still. I am the Lord thy God. I am what Jesus said, I'm already praying for you. Jesus said, he picked it up from Daniel, I've already prayed for you. I gathered you into my kingdom with my Father. There is no more prophets. There is no more but Christ the Lord. We are called the servants of God. We're like puppets for him. But there's only one that we better hear these last days. There's only one. Too many voices going out. And they're not the voices of God. So there to know him. Get to know him who's able to keep you from falling. Get to know him. That's the one going to save you in the end. Too many people going down the down road instead of the up road. If they take Daniel's prayer and believe in the God that he served, we will not be lost. And if we believe in Christ our Lord, we will not be lost. So we will raise our hands and thank God he will give us victory. We got victory because we believe in God. This is a confusion time. The whole earth is confused. They don't know where they're coming and going, but that's all right. You know where you're coming. You know where you're going. You don't have time to look back behind you. Keep on walking. Keep on going. Keep on. Turn it on up louder. The power and the glory. God is good God. Everybody. God is a good God. God is a good God. James said, I don't understand what Jeremiah was talking about. And the 70 weeks, Lord, the 70 weeks, what's going to happen in Jerusalem? And we're going to know also what's going to happen in Jerusalem in the days to come. God is a good God. He's a good God. Shake somebody's hand and thank God for the power. Thank God. Thank God. Thank God.